Okay, just to briefly cover Sibelius licensing options, given that we're talking about Sibelius for education to some degree here. Sibelius has a couple of options for multi-user licensing for school environments, where we can have a standalone multi-user license where each machine is activated individually, or a much more convenient option than that called the Sibelius network license, where we have a client-server model in which a small piece of software called the Sibelius license server is stored on your central server machine, and then Sibelius itself can be installed on all of the computers in your local area network. It doesn't matter how many there are, and the license server will allow the number of computers as your license has been purchased for to run Sibelius at any given time. So if you have a 20-seat Sibelius network license, it will allow 20 seats of Sibelius to run at any given time, and will then restore seats back to the license server when students or teachers close out of Sibelius and quit. So do look into the network license setup if you're looking at purchasing a license for your school, and if you're already using a Sibelius multi-user license and would like to switch to the network model, do get in touch with us via sibelius.com/support or avid.com/support, and we will be happy to switch you over to a network license. Should hopefully make the activation process much easier for you going forward. Another thing that you get access to when you're running a network model is a feature called classroom control. And so this is found in the, if I just switch to the option in here, I'm not running a network license at the moment, but it's in the teaching area and will turn up above the worksheet creator when we're running Sibelius as a network copy, and that's where you can log in as the teacher and bring up this classroom control option. And this gives you access to this classroom control window where you can see all of the client machines running on your local area network, and you can send scores to them and retrieve scores from them, freeze student machines, and prompt students to make versions. So integrating that versioning feature that we talked about previously as an education-centric feature in Sibelius, and allows you to, most importantly for me when I've used this feature, get your class started really quickly. So if you've got a class that requires all students be using a particular document that you've pre-prepared for them to start and work on, you can send it out to all of your student machines in the class really quickly, and saves them having to go to a separate website and download it or retrieve it from an email from you or whatever the case might be. So do make use of this if you're running a network copy of Sibelius or running a network license of Sibelius at your school. So we also have some subscription licensing options available for Sibelius on the Sibelius 8 release 2. We still have perpetual licensing, just like always, but with the new subscription options, if you're in a position where you don't necessarily want to or need to commit to Sibelius on a full permanent perpetual basis, you can look at a 12-month subscription option to get in at a much lower price point and have access to the full version of Sibelius for that 12-month period. So these are going to be available for multi-user licenses soon, and have already been available for some time now for the single-user academic license, which you'll see down the bottom there. I've left the US dollar pricing in here as the pricing changes a little bit locally anyway, but if you add roughly 25% to that, that should give you an approximate figure to look at in Australian dollars, and any of the Sibelius education dealers at sibelius.com that you'll find via the buy link on the top right of the page will certainly help you out with a formal quote on any of this stuff for a local price. So hopefully that helps you get on board with Sibelius if you've been holding off due to the cost of a perpetual license so far.